Hello, Awakened Ones. This is my first video, and I wanted to put my story out there because I feel like that's the next step I need to take. I consciously woke up around 2023. I think it was around March of 2023. Now that I look back, I see that it was the plan the whole time. In 2012, my body started rejecting meat. I didn't understand what was going on. I was raised on meat. That was all I knew. That's what you ate, and then you had something on the side, you know. Later, I learned that 2012 marked a 260,000 year era, and it put us in a new era. And that caused my body to start rejecting me. Like, it kind of made me sick to my stomach to eat it. And I would try to make myself because it was all that I knew. And I could eat chicken for maybe a year or so after, but that was about it. I finally gave up trying, probably 2013, 14, something like that. But I had no idea. My life was chaos all of those years up until 2023, when my whole mind shifted in a matter of like minutes. I was listening to TV and cleaning at the same time, and I was watching Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind with Dr. Stephen Greer, and he mentions on there about our star family and how you can communicate with them. But it was something he said, and I leaned up because I was scrubbing a tub. I leaned up, and then it was just like a knowing came over me. When I look back now, I think it was a download, or maybe when I just shifted into that new reality, that part of me, that the new me knew, and that knowing was coming into me, my memory. But I stood up and I was like, wait, I know that we have star family. I know that what I'm hearing is not something that I want to believe in. This is something I know exists. And the movie says something about if you meditate and reach out to them, that they will make themselves known to you, as long as you're not doing it for a reason, try to get a picture, some kind of narcissistic reason. And I wasn't. I wanted to reach out for myself, And it took about 3 days. And I had never meditated before. I didn't know what I was doing. I just sit down, shut up, and was thinking about them. And it took about 3 days. And one night when I went out there, I just would look out my bathroom window. And I'd sit there and stand there and look at the stars. And as soon as I looked at a certain spot in the sky, I saw what looked like a star, a light, and then it shot super fast and then disappeared. And I was like, that was it. That was, oh my gosh, they heard me, they came, they got my attention, because it was like, and my body knew exactly, my eyes knew exactly where to go. It was amazing. I was blown away. And I continue meditating I'm still to this day. But at that time, I got to where I was meditating 3 hours a day. That's all I wanted to do. When I shifted, it was a hard shift. I kind of lost interest in anything. I didn't want to watch TV, do stuff with the kids. I wanted to just meditate and sit in silence. It kind of slacked off after a few months. I got to be back to normal and be more human once it got integrated into my system. But it's been 3 years, 2026 now. It's been 3 years, and my life has completely changed. When I first started when the shift started, when it happened, I was just like everyone else. I had a crappy job with crap pay, not great hours, which I didn't want to work that many hours. But when I didn't have to work, I just wanted to learn. I wanted to find out as much as I could possibly find out. So I was watching anything that I could, researching everything that I could. I came across Bashar, and he said that we are born with abundance, that the universe is full of abundance. And when he said it, I knew it. It wasn't something I had to believe. I knew what he was saying was true. And it was very easy for me to trust and just jump. Like I was at the edge of the cliff and I just jumped and said, okay, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to trust that the universe will support me. And it's just me, and I have 3 kids in the home. I have older ones, they're grown, married, but it was me and 3 kids in the home with a crappy job. And I was like, okay, I'm going to trust. And I did. I quit my job and I meditated. That's what I wanted to do all day, every day. Meditate and learn. And I did. And the more I learned about not controlling, but watching my thoughts, observing, learning to monitor when I had a negative thought to come up or a stressful thought, and my mouth, because we are all programmed to say the same thing. If it wasn't for bad luck, I would have no luck. And it's so hard to make money. It doesn't grow on trees. Yada, yada, yada. We all know, because we all say it, until you become consciously aware to not say that you are creating your reality. You are creating that you're creating the lack. And so during that time, I watched, learned, observed myself, thoughts, and when I would catch myself saying something, I would stop and say the opposite. When I would catch my thoughts, I would stop and think the opposite. Instead of trying to control it, I would just change it. And it took about maybe a year and a half. I felt like I was ready to go back to work, that I was ready to have a job. So I told the universe that I was ready for a job. Even though I had been supported the whole time with no income, I was supported. The universe made sure that my bills got paid, and I didn't do without. My family didn't do without. We were good. You know, I did things to make money here and there, but things came together perfectly and at the right time. It was amazing. And when I felt like I was ready to go to work and be around other humans, asked the universe to send me a job. It took a little while, but one came around for the school system, and it was just a couple hours a week, and I was like, I could do that. So, or a couple hours a day. So I did that, and then another job opportunity came. I felt drawn to the post office, and it took about maybe 5 months, and I had 2 jobs where I wasn't working that often, you know, just one day with the post office, unless holidays, or if they call me in, and then a couple hours every day with the school, well, Monday through Friday. And of course, things were good then, you know, I didn't have to, not that I have to, but I didn't worry about, you know, what was going to come around this time to help me pay. I knew I would have a check that would pay bills. But I'm still working those 2 jobs today, but I feel that it is time for my next stage. I've not ever been the person to take videos, post them. I don't even do social media. I don't do the flipping through TikTok. Even before I woke up, I was not into that. But something was saying, put my story out. It could help others. Because one thing I noticed with a lot of the other spiritual people out there, they are speaking to angels, channeling angels, hearing angels, seeing angels, or psychic, or connection with dragons and fairies, or whatever it may be. This universe is amazing. But I don't have any of that at this moment. I am aware that when we come here, that we come with a team of people to help us. For so much of my life, I felt so alone. And it turns out I was never alone. I've got my team right here with me right now. And they're guiding me through this. Because this is not me. I don't even, enjoy taking pictures. But I also learned that that's just an identity. We want to cling to this identity and say, this is me. But when I came to this new stage, I was like, I woke up one morning and it was in my mind to do a YouTube video. And I was like, later on throughout the day, I was thinking, that's not really me. I'm not excited about that. Because following your excitement, your passion, that is how it works. And I was like, I'm not too excited about that. I'm excited about sharing my story. I want to help others wake up. I want to help others do what I have done, I want to teach people that you don't have to be sad. You don't have to cling to your sanity by your fingertips, because that's where I was every day. I did not know if I would wake up depressed and sad, because I was just unhappy with my life. But I was telling myself that I'm not a person that does videos or recordings or pictures or any of that. And then I realized what I was telling myself and was like, okay, that's an identity. I can say that I'm that, but I can also say that I'm not that. I can agree with it, or I can be anything, or I could be nothing. We're divine energy. Whatever we want to do, believe in, that's what it is. So here I am on video. Gonna put it on YouTube. And we'll see how it goes. If it's meant to be, then I'll see if I can help someone. If not, then, oh well, something else will come around. Something else will pop into this mind. Either way, I'm doing what came about. So as I was saying, that I don't hear angels, see them. I don't channel as of right now. I'm not saying that I can't, just saying that's not something I'm doing now. And when you are waking up and you're learning and you're watching these videos and you're just an everyday person not channeling, you might be thinking, how am I going to turn this around? I can be that help for you. I can be that guide for you. Because I'm also just an ordinary person, and they are too. They developed those abilities, and that was their path. That's what they chose to do. And I'm not there yet, or didn't choose that, but I can tell you that anybody can turn their life around. All it takes is awareness. Being aware of your thoughts and your words. Once you realize that you create your reality with your thoughts, your words, your intention, even the energy that's in your body that you are not aware of. That's why you must do the inner work. You must become aware of the energy that you are projecting that you are not consciously aware of. And it usually has to do with childhood trauma. We all have it, especially if you are around my age, raised in the 70s, 80s, 90s. You were probably beat, told shut up, sit down, maybe not all kids, I'm guessing, but we all have trauma, even if it's not from parents. It can be other ways, and we have to, if you don't got to relive whatever happened in the past. I'm not consciously aware of what happened in the past, but I've spoke to my team, my higher self, and I'm working on releasing any energies that's in me that does not align with my true self. So, if you are aware of your thoughts and your words, that's where you want to start catching yourself. And I wasn't aware 24/7 in the beginning. I'm still not now. I still will go on autopilot, especially if I have distractions with my kids, because I'm an only parent, and kids are very needy. Mommy. So that can get you in autopilot, responding to them, or doing this, and they're wanting you to do this, and then you're doing 5 things at once. It's okay, it's okay. We're human. So, whenever you can, think about catching yourself. Well, not think, but be aware of, what I just said. I shouldn't say that. Let me change that. Like, let me give a for instance. I would say, no, you can't have that. We don't have the money. And then I would be like, wait, let's take that, rewind it back. You can't have that because it's not time, or you can have it, Or I would catch myself starting to worry about, that bill's coming up. How am I going to get that? It doesn't matter. My higher self has it planned out. Our human brain has been programmed to be in the system, and we can only perceive what we see. We can't see 5 minutes down the road what's going to happen. We can see what's in front of us, and our brain will sit there and worry about what's going to happen or what already happened. And you catch yourself, and you trust, that your higher self has got it all mapped out. It can see 5 minutes, 5 years, 50 down the road. It can see and know what is for your best, highest self. If you trust and put out that positive energy, then it will get you where you need to go. But if you are close in and putting out negative energy and creating, I'm not going to have money for this, I'm not going to have funds for this, I'm not going to be able to do, making up all these reasons why you can't do what you want to do, then that's what you're manifesting, that's what you're going to create. But if you create from your higher self and just know it's got it, your higher self has got it all mapped out, and you just sit back and chill, be happy, and trust, and be grateful. Gratitude is the highest vibration that I've learned that you can put out. if you put out gratitude, thank you, my bills are paid. Thank you, I have a roof over my head. Thank you, I can breathe. Then you are already thanking the universe for what is and what's going to be. And that's what will be. This is where I'm going to stop this video. And I'm going to see where it goes. And see what comes up next. You know, I'm not sure if people will ask questions. If there will be some who need advice. And I do a video on that. I don't know. I'm just going to go with the flow. I haven't really made any notes. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. I'm just being. And we're going to see where it goes. Okay? So, good luck out there.